And welcome to another episode of the BerryReporter podcast. This is the BerryReporter podcast, episode 61. It is August 3rd. Can't believe it's August already. We're almost, for some of you, we're into this almost into the school year. If you're going to college, if you're going to school, if you're a parent or anything like that. But we're in August, so we're getting there. Lots of exciting news happening in the world of BlackBerry. So let's kind of get to it. We will start off with Optiemus over in India. They just launched the BlackBerry KEYone limited edition in black. This is a device that was talked about, rumored, leaked out over the past few weeks. It was the all black KEYone that we've been seeing and floating around on the internet, and it's been a device that's caught a lot of people's eyes. We thought at first we would see it launch in China and then make its way over overseas some more, and then make it a global introduction here. But it looks like the folks over at Optiemus is the ones who are launching the BlackBerry KEYone in black. They're calling the limited edition BlackBerry KEYone in black, and it's very exciting to see folks over in India get their chance to get hands on the BlackBerry KEYone. As we were kind of speculated, the BlackBerry KEYone limited edition is a somewhat of a different device. It's just going to look like your typical BlackBerry KEYone with the device itself is all decked out in black, of course. So it's the keyboard and the back housing and everything are black as well. And you're going to also have the same keyboard and all that stuff. But the two things that are different are the internal memory, which is 64 gigs. Three things actually. It's 64 gig internal memory. You also have the 4 gigabytes of RAM, and you also have dual SIM. So most of the key ones that are floating around out there right now don't have dual SIM cards in them. Where the new Optiemus BlackBerry limited edition black edition. It's a very long name for some reason. I kind of wish they would go with a different name on that one as well. But nonetheless, that's what makes that device different, which is pretty cool. So hopefully we'll see this hit globally for those who are wanting this. Right now it's on sale over in India through Amazon India, and you can pick it up through there. The price tag on it. A second to see if we can pull up the price tag real quick. But yeah, it's an exciting time for those who are one thing that is interesting about this device is, again, it's a KEYone. So we all knew that TCO was the one that had the rights to the KEYone design and such, we thought pretty much it wasn't going to hit India because of the fact that Optiemus has India as that region, and where TCO is the global partner for the licensing partnership with BlackBerry. But looks like they kind of gave the rights to use the design to Optiemus, which is nice, not a problem at all. Looks like it's so you're looking at $39,999 RS, and it's going to be made available August 8th. So it's been officially announced. It's rolling out next week, Tuesday, I believe. And then, so we'll see. I'm sure pre-orders are going up right now on Amazon. Get it while it's hot. I mean, it's going to be a nice looking device. It's a great device. Kind of jealous that we can't get it here in the States just yet. But if anyone wants to send me one, feel free to send me one. I'll be glad to pay you for the cost. So the next thing on the what we want to talk about that's happened this week, we got a couple app updates through BlackBerry. We have the the BlackBerry Productivity tab got an update. We've been seeing some updates roll out for the Productivity tab, but not too many. And when they do update lately, they've been putting in some pretty big changes to them. And the one thing that happened with the Productivity tab is now it has the dedicated task button back again. So I guess in previous updates, they took away that dedicated task button for some reason. Don't know why, but I guess they were seeing not much usage out of that button itself, and Unfortunately, they were wrong in that portion. So because a lot of people were just complaining that that button disappeared, and they were very vocal about it. BlackBerry heard, and it looks like BlackBerry threw it right back into that app. So that's nice to see. Productivity tab is a great feature to use, especially if you're kind of looking for that BlackBerry 10 look and feel to it. I've kind of come accustomed to using that when I get that swipe gesture that we're accustomed to on BlackBerry 10 on the KEYone or the Priv. So that update rolled out. That came down the pipeline a few days ago, and you can also view it in horizontal mode, which is very nice as well. So you don't have to worry about just using in vertical mode. You can tilt your device and use the productivity tab that way, which is nice to have. Nice to have that option there for you. And it's great to see that BlackBerry is listening to the user base that are using these products and using these apps. Yeah. And then the other thing that we're starting to see is I noticed it yesterday, the BlackBerry Hub Suite apps. So your calendar, contacts, tasks, notes, BlackBerry Hub and the BlackBerry Hub Plus services, they're all starting to see updates roll out too. I believe these are beta updates. Unfortunately, with the beta updates for these guys, I can't tell which ones are which. BlackBerry doesn't really doesn't always make it easy to determine whether this is a beta update yet or if everybody's getting this update. I'm believing it's a beta update because I haven't heard too much about it, but those updates are rolling out. Nothing big and exciting inside there. You're looking at just bug fixes and performance fixes there for the BlackBerry Hub services. But again, BlackBerry Task or Task by BlackBerry, Notes by BlackBerry, Contacts by BlackBerry, Calendar for BlackBerry Hub, and the BlackBerry Hub services were updated. We haven't seen an update with is kind of the BlackBerry Password Keeper. I know I believe the last month's update we saw roll out, we kind of saw an update for that, but be interesting to see if we see any changes or anything like that with the Password Keeper that BlackBerry gives via the Hub Plus services. I love the Password Keeper on BlackBerry Android and on BlackBerry 10. It's one of the places where I keep all my passwords. So hopefully we'll see an update with that. We didn't see that update roll through, but again, these are beta updates, so they could sneak that update in the very last minute and not tell us in the beta rollout. So if you're seeing these beta updates, let us know if you see any difference in the updates itself. Brother Neil in the chat wants to know where Art is. Art's been MIA. He's been very busy lately. Unfortunately, I can't drag him onto these podcasts. He's been very busy with work and such. He's has an open invite to come to the show, but unfortunately, I had to keep doing these shows, and unfortunately, without him or with him. So, he'll be here when he can, and when he can't, then it's just a me flying solo show until I find some replacements or somebody else to join me along. But yeah, that's where Arthur is. He's alive. He's well. I talked to him. Weekly, sometimes monthly, but when again he's too busy to talk to me sometimes too. So, but I do see his updates on Facebook too, so that's another way I know he's alive. But yeah, he's good. Again, unfortunately, he's not here this week, but yeah, I know he's loving his KEYone right now. He's been putting up Facebook Live videos with that nice 12 megapixel camera on the back of it, so that's there to see. That's what. Am I getting the black edition? I'm trying to find somebody that will send that sucker over from India, but so with the black edition, again, it's only available in India, and one of the kind of the drawbacks to it. So the reason why they bumped up the memory to it from 32 gigs to 64 gigs is with using that dual SIM card. That dual SIM card is not just an extra piece. The SIM card tray is actually the same tray that's in your KEYone. So right now in the current KEYone, you have the SIM card. I believe it's the SD card and then the SIM card. The dual SIM uses both those slots just for the SIM cards. I heard it works really well as far as SIM card and allowed you to use it, but you kind of give up that ability to use a SD card with that. So they give you 64 gigs, but you lose any more storage space that you're willing to put into that device. And if you're looking to use your shiny new 200 gig SD card, You can't do that on the black limited edition KEYone because now you have no more SIM card slot or SD card slot because it's being used by the dual SIM. So there's something happening in China. I don't know yet. I haven't received. I've been hearing rumors that there's an event launching and happening in China in the next few days, and I'm guessing that's what that is. We'll see the KEYone be announced there. And from what we've been hearing rumor-wise, that the limited edition black will hit China as well. That's where we first thought it was going to hit. We didn't think Optiemus was going to launch the KEYone limited edition until they did so. So, but yeah, I think China's getting it soon. I don't know if they're going to get it on the 8th. I know something's happening over there. They're trying to get people to fly over there, or some people are flying over in the BlackBerry world. So we'll see what happens. But if I was a betting man, I would say they're going to get it either soon or a little bit after. Well, Brazil gets it next, so keep in mind they want to roll this thing out. So the original plan was China was going to get it before we knew about Optiemus having this. It was going to be China and then Brazil, I believe, in October, and then after that you'll see a global rollout. Now, does that mean that TCL or does that mean TCL bumps up that date because they start hearing about the desire for this device? Possibly. We'll just have unfortunately we don't know. I think they wouldn't mind that because now they can manufacture two devices and kind of take the strain off of one. I do know, if you look right now, the KEYone is still kind of hard to get because people are still buying it and they just can't make these things as quickly as people want them off of Amazon, or they can't make them as quickly as they want. So if TCL decides to start rolling out the limited edition one, now they kind of have almost the same parts, but slightly different parts to use for that device. And then it can kind of start producing those then, and then kind of use that to kind of take the strain off the silver edition BlackBerry, the current KEYone that we have there right now. But will North America see it after China? I don't know. Yeah, I think they're just going to call these things limited edition. I think the official name for this, the black model, is the BlackBerry KEYone limited edition black model, or black, which to me, if you remember back to the Sprint Epic 4G Touch or Samsung Epic 4G Touch, that was one of the worst names in mobile history. And I think the BlackBerry KEYone limited edition black is kind of slowly behind. Will the cases work? Yeah, the dimensions are the same. There's no change in form factor. It's all the same dimensions and such. It's just internal are slightly different, with the bump up in internal memory and bump up in internal storage capacity. It should work. So if you currently have a KEYone right now and you're looking to get this black edition one, you don't have to worry about going out and get new accessories or anything like that. Those will work. Same charge port, so it still has the micro USB-C. So it has a headphone jack on it, so you're not worried about losing that either, like some Apple products out there and other Android devices. We're starting to see the headphone jack disappear from more and more phones nowadays. Don't know what that means for the future BlackBerry devices from TCL and such, but hopefully we'll see that. But yeah, if you have a KEYone right now, they should work. So the other thing that I want to talk about is something I noticed today. So the BlackBerry July update for the KEYone, for the security updates, was starting to roll out in the very beginning of the month. And I will tell you, I religiously check my updates every day, pretty much, sometimes twice a day, to see if there's anything there. I've been stuck on June update, since 4:00 this afternoon. And then I checked the updates, and then all of a sudden I had a new update. I was thinking that since we're in August, it's going to be the August security update, but it is still the July update. So something either caused some KEYones not to get the July update right away, or there was a delay. I was hearing some rumors that some folks were having issues with the KEYone July updates, and they were causing some software glitches and software issues. So they supposedly pulled the update, and maybe we're getting this update again. But this late, and I mean, it's August. mean, I know we haven't officially heard anything from BlackBerry about the August security update, but I know it's right around the corner. We're the third of the month. We'll probably hear something about it, tomorrow or very early next week. Especially since we've gotten those BlackBerry Hub Suite updates or app updates, because usually once we see those updates roll in, the security update is not too far behind it with the official update versions of those updates as well. So my question is, if you're going to delay the July KEYone update, why not just put the July update and the August update into the same update and just roll it out next go around? I remember when the Priv first launched. The Priv's been, BlackBerry's been very, very good with the Priv security updates. If they missed a month, it's they threw the updates into the next month. I remember very first few months that the Priv launched, they had I forget what month it was, but they missed a month, and so they just rolled that update into the month following, and they called it a day. Don't know why they're not doing that with the KEYone right now. I've been checking to see if that was the case. Maybe my device just was an update behind, but usually if there's two updates pending on a device and one's older than the other, it'll take the current update as well, or current update before that. So Romeo in the chat says Priv needs an Android update to Nougat. I agree. The Priv definitely needs the Nougat update. Can the Priv handle the Nougat update? That's the question, and that's where I will tell you that the BlackBerry Priv is a great device. It was the first Android device that we've seen from BlackBerry, but it had its struggles. So it had some issues with it. It had a tendency of overheating, and it had a tendency of having slowdowns and such with very basic software on it or apps on it and anything like that. So the Priv handle the Nougat update. I know the Priv is running a higher processor than the KEYone is. It's the 808 processor with 625, but currently you have with Marshmallow, it's having issues on Marshmallow right now. Will the update to Nougat make that better, or will that update make it worse? We talked about this with Michael Cluley, and BlackBerry's still kind of looking into this. They haven't ruled out updating the Priv to Nougat, but I'm sure they're evaluating. I'm sure at some point it's probably going to just make more sense to update that. They're rolling out security updates to the Priv. They're still doing it really very well today. I know I was on the July update on my Priv before I was on my KEYone. So they're updating this device. So you have to wonder, when is it going to just make more sense to roll out the security updates on Nougat instead of Marshmallow? Because eventually Google is going to stop putting out security updates for Marshmallow devices. So why not just bump it over to Nougat anyways? You also have to look at the DTEC 50 and the DTEC 60. Neither one of those devices have gone to Nougat either, and they're newer devices than the Priv was. So I still think the Priv is going to get Nougat. It's a 50-50 shot. It's going to get it or it's not going to get it. And I'm feeling still pretty good about the Priv getting it. It's probably still going to take some time to do so. The DTEC 60 might get it as well, but I could also see them not getting it. The BlackBerry could just say, sorry, we don't want to update these devices to Nougat. One thing that probably is holding them off from doing so is the KEYone. You have this agreement with TCL and other licensed partners. So you got BBM that's running Android 7.0 and 7.1 on their devices, on their Aurora as well. And so with these licensed agreement partners, they want to help them promote their newer devices that have latest and greatest software. So if you're someone with a BlackBerry Priv and BlackBerry can help push you towards the newer devices from their license partnerships, they're going to try to get you to go that route first before giving you the update to your old device, so not making any money off of. If you go out and buy a new KEYone, BlackBerry makes money off of that. If you get the update for the Priv for Nougat, BlackBerry doesn't get any money off of that. So as a company standpoint, that's probably what's holding them back. I don't think they're doing it just because of money and just so they can, just because they can't make money, they're not going to update the Priv. I think eventually it will make more sense for them to update the Priv software wise. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see the Priv hit Nougat. I kind of think that Nougat might be a little bit easier on the processor, and it would take some of those issues away from the device. But it might be one of those things where BlackBerry's seen otherwise, and they're testing the Nougat update on the Priv, and it's just crippling the device, and they don't want to roll it out, or they're just trying to optimize it as much as they can. Romeo says he uses the Priv the other day, still gets hot, drains battery. Yeah, that still doesn't do it. The Priv hasn't done multitasking, since day one. It's a very poor. The battery life has been decent. It was decent at the very beginning. It got hot very quickly, pretty much from day one. If you really wanted to, you would probably cook some eggs on it, or fire up your hot dog, your lunch, or whatever on the Priv. I mean, it's the Priv is still a device I go reaching for today. It's it's with me usually. I carry around 3 devices. If 3 BlackBerry devices with me, it's my KEYone, my Priv, and insert BlackBerry 10 device here. I mean, it's either the Classic or the Passport. Although I've been kind of rocking my Z30 lately. For those of you who are watching in the chat right now, but my white Z30. But yeah, I mean, I agree. It's the DTEC 60 and the Priv definitely need the updates. The 50 needs the update too, but I feel the 50 has less of a chance of getting the update than the 60 does. So yeah, but BlackBerry KEYone July update. I'm just getting mine. Let me know if you're getting yours in the comments below of the video or of the post that's on BerryReporter.com. Let me know if your KEYone has gotten the July update for your BlackBerry KEYone, or if you're getting the August update. Maybe by the time you watch this or listen to this podcast, we'll have the August update rolled out. Hopefully that's what we see. For some reason, the BlackBerry and the KEYone, their updates for the KEYone have not been on point. With the Priv, I mean, going back to the Priv, right? So when the Priv first launched, and it's been this way since day one, the Priv has gotten a religious updates for this device. So every month security update, it's usually been the first couple weeks in the month, and it's gotten the update right away. Even with the carrier lock devices, for instance, mine's an AT&T device. See that lovely logo on the back of the device? I wish that could go away. I hate those logos on the back. But anyways, this device, like I said, was on July update before the KEYone, and that kind of worries me with the KEYone because something is limited or something is holding this device back from being updated as quickly as the Priv was. And I know it's not an official BlackBerry device anymore, but it's still BlackBerry software. So BlackBerry still controls the software on the KEYone. TCL does not. So they still have, they should still have say in when those updates roll out. I don't know who servers they're using though for these updates. I would think that they're using BlackBerry servers. Maybe they're not, and that's what's holding them back. They just don't want to push all these updates out at once and kill TCL servers. And I don't know, but I really hope they get the KEYone update, schedule or time frame fixed up a little bit, because we've been seeing it kind of get left behind, or kind of, those updates kind of roll out to it very slowly. For those that just joined us in the chat, we did touch on the Optiemus launching the BlackBerry KEYone in black, limited edition device, and the BlackBerry Productivity tab was updated on the KEYone as well, or on the Android devices. I don't know. Yeah, it was updated on the Priv as well. Brother Neil says white Z30. Yeah, the white Z30. Yeah, this is a white Z30. Very, very few people rock this device in white. I think it looks really, really good in white, and the Z30 hands down one of my favorite BlackBerry 10 devices. And the one thing I always loved about the BlackBerry 10 devices, if you look, for those who are watching, you have the micro HDMI port on the side of the device, was such a great addition to that device. Even a device like the Playbook had that. If you can see that on the video. And yes, I have a Playbook still right in front of me every day. But yeah, white Z30, it wasn't as limited as you think. It just wasn't as not too many purchased it. I'm sure those who love the white devices purchased it like I did, but the Brother Neo's prototype satchel holster will be arriving tomorrow. That's breaking news from his end. and he's also surprised by my Playbook appearance here on the podcast. I'm probably one of the few people who still have 3 Playbooks in my possession right now. I can't tell you where the 2 of them are, but they're here somewhere. Is the white slippery? It is. Yeah, not really. That's too slippery. It's not as slippery as the white Passport. If you ever used the white Passport, that one was a little more slipperier on the back, but this is still very good material to use. The only thing with this device, I would love to still use it, but the SIM card tray, the SIM card reader went bad on it, so I can't pop a SIM card into it. I have to get it fixed or fix it myself, or buy another one. I don't know. They're still on eBay, so that's the white one. But yeah, couple bits of housekeeping that we have going on here. BerryReporter, a few months back, we kind of started rolling out a feature post on the website called BBM Channels of the Week. I love that post. I still want to keep doing it, but I need your help. I need the fans' help. If those who are watching, listening to this podcast, if you see a BBM channel that you absolutely love, you check daily, you check weekly, whatever it is, can't be BerryReporter.com. We know that one's there. But if it's another BBM channel that you know, something, whether it's your favorite BBM channel revolving around cooking, or we did the other one a couple months ago, Austin, I think his name was, and he it was just all photos taken from a BlackBerry device in that BBM channel, just pictures. It was great seeing that as well. We did Get Fit, I believe, a few months back as well. Fitness, someone who's working in the fitness industry trying to sell some products. Great channel as well. So if you know any great BBM channels out there that you just love to see, or would think they deserve more promoting itself, send them my way. Just either put a note in the comments below, or you can also email me, brad@BerryReporter.com, and let me know. We're trying to do it every week. I just, I try to go through the BBM channels as much as I can, but sometimes it's, schedule's been busy a little bit lately. So the other thing, another bit of housekeeping we got going on here is the writers. We're still looking for writers. I put a post up again a few months ago asking if anybody is interested in writing for BerryReporter.com. We're looking for some young writers or old writers, doesn't matter age-wise. If you love BlackBerry, and if you want to share your knowledge, your love and passion for BlackBerry devices and BlackBerry news and such, head over my way. Reach out to me, and we'll discuss it. It is a free job. It's not something we get paid to do here, but it's, you gotta do it for the love of it. That's why we do. That's why I do it. That's why most of us do it. We love this product. We love this company, and it's one of the things that we love to do. So, but if you're interested in the writing, or you want to be part of the BerryReporter team, shoot an email again, brad@BerryReporter.com, and we'll discuss, and we'll see what we go from there. You don't have to dedicate 40 hours or anything like that to it, but bring your writing. Bring if you don't think you're as experienced writer as we want, you'd be surprised. I'm not that experienced of a writer either, and I've been doing this for almost 10 years. So if you have any interest in doing so, just reach out to me at, again, brad@BerryReporter.com. see, anybody in the chat room have any questions? It's kind of a slow news week. And the other thing with bringing writers on, if I bring writers on, we'll probably have some more hosts on the Bear Report podcast and have some more people for me to talk to, because I love doing these by myself, but it's a lot better to have someone to talk to. So, but anybody in the chat room have any questions or anything like that going on here? Let me check the. Also, if you guys are part of the Reddit community, I've been putting some posts up there a lot. I actually have a Q&A right now, or Q&A for the BlackBerry KEYone. That's been going on since I got my KEYone 4 months ago. There's a ton of questions in there that people have been, tons of questions that I've answered. I've been answering daily and such. Things about the KEYone, how I'm liking it and everything. So if you go over to Reddit and just look through the BlackBerry thread, it's in there. It's in there. So if you have any questions there as well. What colors would I like to see the KEYone? Well, I mean, if you look, white devices are I'm a fan of those. I like the black one, and I would like to see a white one. Those are the two colors that I really like. I've been actually digging the current version of the KEYone. It's definitely a nice looking device. I mean, still to this day, the KEYone, I mean, we say to this day, it's a 4-month-old device, but I still get looks from this device from people at work and out and about with the KEYone, and I don't really mind this color. I think it has a very premium look and very professional look to it. With the BlackBerry KEYone the way it is right now, it's a silver edition, we'll call it. But I would love to see a white one. The black one looks really nice as well. Romeo wants to know, do you think we'll see a Porsche edition KEYone? Very unlikely. We saw all those Porsche design P90 devices that rolled out with there were BlackBerry 10 devices that were rolling out and such. So, but I don't think we'll ever see, we could see one, who knows, but it's very unlikely. For one, those devices didn't sell well. They sold, but they didn't sell well, and they're expensive devices. One reason why they didn't sell well, probably. But yeah, I don't really think, because you have to think about it. They possibly could work with it, but just because it was a Porsche designed BlackBerry device, it doesn't really mean it was being made by Porsche. It's still being made by BlackBerry. Porsche just kind of gave its ideas to them and such. I know BlackBerry is still being sponsored by some race car company. I know they have their Indy cars still. I believe they do. I don't follow Indy cars enough, but I do know they've had one for years, the BlackBerry sponsored Indy car. But yeah, Porsche. I don't know if we'll. I highly doubt that we'll ever see a Porsche design device. I mean, those devices are great. I don't have any. I never had any myself. I can never get my hands on them. But those are always nice looking devices. I remember it was I forget which one it was. I think it was one of the first ones when they first launched the Porsche device. I think it was the Bold series that they launched that for. And they had the Porsche design theme for the Bold, and I was rocking. I love the theme on those devices, but I preferred the traditional the devices to the Porsche design devices. I'll say that. Romeo says the all black KEYone hides a lot of its physical features and downplays the phone. He likes it but from a far away, someone might mistake it for another phone because of lack of contrast in the features. Yeah, with them kind of blacking out the BlackBerry logo for one, and they also blacked out the keyboard fret, so you can't see the keyboard as well, the frets as well. But you might mistake the device from the back for another device. You might mistake the KEYone from the backside for another device, with it being all black. But if you look at the KEYone on the front with a keyboard, you're not going to mistake that for anything other than a BlackBerry device. Yeah, yeah. I mean, what other devices really have physical keyboards on it? I mean, Romeo, I get what you're saying from the back. Absolutely. I mean, if with it being all decked out, if you put this two side to side with the KEYone black and limited edition in black versus a black color iPhone, if you put them on the back, from far away, you might not be able to tell them apart. If it was 7 Plus, you'll definitely be able to tell them apart because the iPhone 7 Plus is that dual camera. But from far away, you might get the mistake. But and then you notice the superior BlackBerry logo on the back over the Apple logo, and then you realize that one's better than the other. Yeah, the Priv 2, I mean, that's another interesting device. I mean, concept. The Priv, like I said in the very beginning, the Priv was a good device. It just had its issues, right? It's had its drawbacks like the overheating and the battery issues and the uh, very poor multitasking ability. And they had I think we've done this before, but the Priv had the some of the hardware wasn't very done very well. You didn't have screens falling off the KEYone, but you had. I'm not gonna do it now, but we can't hear it. But the back of the device would always squeak. That's one thing I hate about using this device. It had a very squeaky back housing to it, and it would you kind of feel like air in between there, and make noise. So that was one of the things. But a Priv 2 with a fingerprint sensor, I would like it. Where would you put that sensor though? Especially if you're having that keyboard slide out. I personally love the KEYone fingerprint sensor location right on that spacebar. It's such a perfect location for the KEYone's fingerprint sensor, for any fingerprint sensor for that matter. If I go ahead and just unlock the device, I'm always going to be picking up my device, and my pretty much primary location for my thumb or my finger that I'm using my unlock for is pretty much going to be right there on that space bar. So it just makes perfect sense for them to throw that fingerprint sensor right there on the space bar. And if you did a Priv 2 and put the sensor on the space bar, you still have to slide open your device, unlock it that way. So I don't know where they would put it. Yeah, I mean, the back would be the only other option itself, unless they start diving into this whole. I know there's rumors that Apple's working on the fingerprint sensor underneath the glass of the device. So maybe they dive into that, but you start doing things like that, then you start bringing up the price of the device, and I don't think TCL or I don't think TCL really wants to sell an expensive BlackBerry device. I mean, we all saw what happened to the Priv with that. But yeah, I mean, if you put the spacebar or if you put the fingerprint sensor in the back like you have in the DTEC 60, that would pretty much be the only reasonable space to put it. And personally, I hate fingerprint sensors in the back. I think because if you use any device, your primary holding gesture or concept is like this, right? So you have your hand around the device. I mean, I guess you can kind of get away with putting your finger on the back sensor, but that's not where your hands pretty much go. Even if I'm opening the device, yeah, maybe I guess. But I just for some reason I don't like fingerprint sensors at the back. Um, so yeah, Priv 2 would be kind of a cool concept, but I don't know if we'll see it come to market, or maybe it's a device TCL's working on, or another BlackBerry license partnerships working on it. But we'll see what happens with those two devices come together. Romeo says if they can make a capacitive keyboard fingerprint sensor on the KEYone for less than 600, they can do a sensor somewhere. Yeah, I mean, if they put the sensor somewhere on the Priv, it's not going to jack up the price too much. What I'm saying is, if they dive into the if they don't put it on the back of the device and they don't put it on the space bar, another alternative they could do is do what some of these other companies are doing, is apparently they're putting fingerprint sensors underneath the screen, and doing so, if BlackBerry or TCL did that, that would cause the price of those devices to go up, and I don't think TCL is in favor of the pricing that's going up anywhere higher than $600. Let's see if there's any bits of news we missed. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask them. We'll go 10 more minutes here. I don't think we mentioned this the other day or the last podcast. The folks over at Sadio has launched new cases for the BlackBerry KEYone. They also have the their cases, and they also have their belt clips. I've always been a big fan of Sadio's belt clips. They're very thin and they don't require any other cases or anything like that. They're just the holster, the belt clip there. I'm still waiting for TCL to give me a belt clip, official BlackBerry branded belt clip. I know I had one for the Priv. I don't have one for the KEYone. Kind of depressing. Yeah, Sadio cases is great. They make good cases. I'm trying to get my hands on some of the review. I've reached out to Sadio. I'm just waiting for a response from them to review. If not, I'll grab some of my own. Yeah, so they have the holsters coming out. They also have what else they have coming out? They have two other cases coming out, and let's see if that will load up here. And also still waiting for a official BlackBerry sync pod or charging dock. I have one for the Priv and for the Passport, and for the Classic, I just don't have one for the KEYone. Looking to get one. Actually, Sadio has one on their website too, which is actually very intriguing. So they have let's see. So the cases that they have are the let's see. Let's do their. So they have the clip option. They want to go search this up. Feel free to ask questions in the chat, guys. I'll get to them when I swim back around. Yeah, I mean, I'm still working on the review for the Incipio cases for the KEYone, but I've been really loving the ones I've been using so far, and I feel like using cases. So Sadio has the BlackBerry KEYone spring clip holster. It's retailing for $29.95 here in the States. You also have the BlackBerry KEYone Deluxe, which is $34.95, which looks like a pretty rugged case. They also have the KEYone Deluxe holster, which you can buy with, on top of the actual case for $29.95. They have the BlackBerry KEYone Surface case, which is $29.95 as well. They have the BlackBerry KEYone Surface holster for $29.95, and they also have a Sadio magnet dash mount holder, so mount for your car, which is nice. And they actually also have a can't tell if it's a universal one, but they do have a charging dock for USB-C devices. So I'm gonna assume that the KEYone would fit with that. It looks like the Pixel, it was pretty much made for the Pixel, but it should fit the. But waiting for Sadio to confirm that for me, and if they do so, I'll probably grab one. But yeah, the Sadio cases are nice. They the Deluxe and the Surface cases come in different colors. They look nice too. They come in. Let's see what kind of colors they come in. It, again, comes in all black. It looks like it comes in navy blue and gray. And there's also a red and black, which actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I could try to reach out and grab the dash mount in the dock. I mean, looking for a new dash mount for my car, but so yeah, if I grab one, we'll definitely review it. I'm still we're reviewing everything we can get our hands on with the BlackBerry KEYone. So but yeah, so that's it for this week's episode of the BerryReporter podcast. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you guys for watching in the chat. And thank you for asking your questions. If you guys want to stick around in the chat, it should stay open after I come off air. So I'll come off air and still chat with you guys if you want. For those who download a podcast, thank you very much. If you guys could do me a huge favor for these podcasts, whether you're watching on YouTube, or if you're listening to your favorite podcast, or if you're watching in YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Also hit like on our videos. That helps out our channel a lot. It helps us get discovered by other folks. So there might be folks out there who love BlackBerry and want to know more about it and just haven't heard about the site yet. So same thing on the podcast. So if you're listening to the audio version and you're in iTunes, or if you're in podcast catcher, or any other podcasting service that you use, just go ahead and leave a comment, hit a like, hit subscribe to the channel, and that again greatly helps us out. So thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for BerryReporter.com for news for the rest of the week, and then see you guys out there on the social network. Brad out.